Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing Battletech here by Hairbrained Schemes. This is a uninformed playthrough, so I'm not looking things up in the wiki. All I take is suggestions from people in the comments, and also my son has played this extensively, so he gives me pointers when I'm doing something really stupid. Normally, he just laughs at me. He just goes, "Don't do that, Dad. That's dumb. Get your mech blown up." And then I get a mech blown up, and it's like, yeah, okay, you were right. I haven't had too many mechs get blown up. I did have one very bad experience with the story missions, which has made me much more leery of going after the story missions before I can pick things up. I don't think there was anybody in the hiring hall. Yeah, these are all just regular people. I have enough of those. In the barracks, we can go over our Mech Warriors. I'm not sure I'm going to promote anybody at this point, except for...
Waiting for orders.
For Archangel, I was going to give him... what was it? Is it this one? Yeah, give him a called shot bonus for when I take him out. So that's what I'll do with him. Behemoth can't do anything because I already pushed her up on her piloting. Brother is kind of stuck in the same place. Decker can't quite get there because he needs a minimum of 49 for any of these. So he's kind of stuck. Glitch. I could take up her piloting, which would help her melee, but I can't quite. I could take up her base to hit, but I think I'm going to hold off because I'm trying to get to like the 8100. I want to see what the final things on these are. I thought I had somebody that had gone there. I can't really do anything. Okay. Medusa's just kind of garnering up a little bit of experience. Got to take him out. Mummy Bear. Mummy Bear, I was going to go ahead and put up her piloting. This is nice. It gives you a recoil penalty, but she's usually just shooting missiles, and I wanted her to be able to... This gives her +3 melee defense, +1 hit defense, and 15% melee hit. And it makes her a little better pilot, which makes her go a little bit faster, which I think I'm going to need. Although I don't think... This is only 4 days, and I'm not going to... She's not going to have that special much longer. So maybe I'll hold off on updating her. I think when I decide to take a mission, that's when I'll decide to do these things. And Spartan is going to be something similar. Probably going to go with this, with them, because they're pretty much running a melee mech when they're running. Okay. And slowly but surely, I'm gaining experience points for my training modules, so that's helping a bit for some of the lower level people. All right, I think for Spartan, we're going to just go ahead and do, because this just gives you an overheat threshold. I think I need to have them move faster. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Glitch is just, I mean, we can make her even better pilot, but she's pretty good right now. How else was there? Spartan. This guy's just getting experience points slowly but surely. Silent.
Standing by.
I'm ultimately trying to push Silent up to here to be able to do the same thing. So ultimately, that's where I'm going to go with Silent. Mummy Bear. I think I have to make her go faster.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Medusa can't really go anywhere. Glitch. I could do things with Glitch, but I'm not sure I want to. I'm stuck. Commander. Decker is stuck. Brother is stuck. Behemoth already did her. And Archangel. I was thinking of doing this because it gives him the called shot bonus. Which could be important. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with Archangel.
Training complete.
Okay, so I've chained up my people in the mech bays. Unfortunately, I did overheat a couple mechs, so I've got to repair them. It's going to take a day for that one. It's going to take a day probably for this one. 2 days for this one. Alright, and then I've got to move the Kintaro ahead of the Thunderbolt and the Centurion above the Thunderbolt. I want to get this Jagermech missile type heavy built. So we're going to close that. So I'm kind of light on mechs. I haven't checked my reputation in a while. What's my reputation? Reputation's up to 400. Still hasn't moved any bars down here. We're liked by the pirates. We have a positive with Capellans and Canopus. Everybody else is kind of indifferent except the Taurians, who hate me. And of course the Irano Restoration, they're the reason why I'm in this game to begin with. Okay. Contracts wise, what do we got? This is a base defense against something that's going to be my equal. So they're going to want to come beat me up here. Now these are all against the pirates. This one is very tough. Jailbreak I might be able to do. It's 27 days, so I would be... Boy, 27 days? Yeah, I'd be through an upgrade and a financial report. So I'd have everybody back, but we would go off to some place called... What was that? Be going to some place called Herotitus. So now we're going to go look and see where Herotitus is. Okay, they're both here. Herotitus. It's a small world. It's got agriculture, aquaculture, black market, chemicals, medium gravity planet, 11% recreation, small population, Terran world. So I won't have to deal with constant lunar. And they're usually about a 3.5 challenge, so I have an easy one to get there. So maybe we should just go ahead and do that. That'll get us there, and a bunch of stuff will get done. In the base, I was looking at this Wolverine. I don't see what's so great about the Wolverine. Leave me comments on how to build the Wolverine, because this thing's a piece of junk. It can hold 2, guns. Could hold 3 missiles. Can have either a 1 energy or a 1 close combat thing. But it's got really lousy armor. 760 armor. I like to have my mechs have like 1,000 armor. So that means they can survive a few hits. And I don't know if there's so little weaponry on this thing that between the weaponry and the low armor values, I just don't see that it's... I guess it's got pretty good movement. Still not the greatest movement either. So what happened to my sound there? It just kind of went bluey. I don't know, maybe you guys didn't hear me say that, but I don't understand what's the purpose of a Wolverine. So I think I have to rebuild it some. Maybe make it a long-range thing, put in an LRM and an AC2. 6 versus 8, I have to save 2. That's only 3, and LRMs are 5, so that would balance there. But I still wouldn't have any armor. And I could put an LRM-10 on it and an AC2 and have it just be a long-range sniper. But it just doesn't have the armor that I like. I've found that this game is like tears through you really bad if you don't have your armor up. It's worth it to have less weapons to have more armor, but I don't have a lot of weapon choices here to begin with. And so I can't really up its armor. So I'm not sure what to do about the Wolverine. So I think it's a Wolverine 6R. For those of you that know this game really well, why don't you let me know what I should do to rebuild that. I'm going to just put that one in storage. So I have a spot. And I've not been impressed with this thing at all, even though I rebuilt it to have an SRM6 and a bunch of lasers. Unless you're in a place that's like an ice world or something, that's not really worth it because all those lasers just overheat you like crazy. So, been kind of leaning on my Jagermech, and I'm going to probably lean on this one too as a Jagermech. It's kind of going to be two Jagermechs, the Griffin and the Kentaro. The Catapult, did I refit the Catapult? Or is it still a piece of junk? Yeah, it's still, I'm not real impressed with the, I mean, yeah, it's got a couple of PPCs, but, the only thing I can think of here is to take one of the PPCs off and put in another laser. See, it's got no jump jets. So put in like a, is this, what, how much weight? 7. What's a medium laser run? So I could put one on there, it'd give me 6 tons. I could put 4 jets on, would give me 2 tons more worth of jump jets. What are my heavy jump jets? Am I getting low? Not really. If I was to refit this, I think I'd put on 4 jump jets, get rid of one of the PPCs. Possibly, you know. Machine gun ammo is 200 rounds. This thing fires 5 a round, so 10, maybe 10 rounds, 20 rounds. And you have to be right up on top of people, so it would be okay from that standpoint if it gets in close, but the PPCs usually need range. The idea that it has 2 PPCs is neat, but it's 880. So if I were to take... Alright, let's do a little mechanized shenanigans here. Okay. So I put all that in there. If I put on just a medium laser, so I have another laser there, lots of heat sinks. So I'm heat sinking almost an alpha strike right now. And what happens if I maximize out my armor? I'm up to a 1040. What happens if I lose one heat sink? The heat efficiency is not quite as good, but I'm not going to alpha strike very often. It's going to be like shoot the PPC or shoot all the lasers. Probably alternate between the two. And then maximize the armor again. It's a little better. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and put him in the queue that way. It's a bit of a sniper, direct fire support. He's got 3 medium lasers and a PPC, and if I get up close, I have the lasers and the and machine guns. And the PPC is kind of a nice long range weapon to snipe at people for a little bit, and then because of its heat, then you can shoot the 3 medium lasers when you get in close. I don't know. We'll try it. Leave me in the comments all the stupid things I'm doing.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay. So I've got a bunch of stuff that's going to be working on for a long time. I think we're going to go do this jailbreak. We're gonna leave this system and head elsewhere. See if we can get some different things going. I tend to like to take more salvage in these things. Recoveries I've been pretty good at. All right, let's go for a trip here. What's my time? 16 minutes. We're probably going to get there, and then I'll try and put together my team, and then we'll go down and do this recovery.
Bio command.
Engines prime. All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
So we're going to have a bunch of stuff happen here. We're going to get our Jagermech. Noble bonds. Okay. We got Spartan. It's not like I'm the only noble-born person on the ship, says Spartan, slumping low in your guest chair. I mean, there's you. Why can't Squire harass you about their stupid idea? Apparently, when Spartan asked to speak to you privately about something Darius wouldn't understand, it was about the trials and tribulations of being nobility. Well, what is Squire's idea, you ask? I don't know, something about cooling systems. He wants me to use my connections to get the idea to people who can implement it, and he doesn't believe me when I say that my birth doesn't automatically open doors like that, and even if it did, I can't waste it on bullshit. Spartan gives you a plaintive look, clearly hoping for advice or at least sympathy. Sympathize and don't get involved. See, they won't tell me what's going to happen if I pick it. Tell her to send Squire to you. Tell her to deal with it yourself. Not deal with itself. I'm going to tell her to send Squire to me. I want to find out what this idea is. Right? I'm curious. Normally I would just say this and say, forget it, but cooling system might be important. Tell her to send Squire to you. Spartan looks relieved to pass along the burden to you, and later that afternoon, Squire shows up at your door. And you can highlight these guys, and you can see their how long you've had them, and like Squire hasn't even been out on a mission yet. Spartan's been out on a couple of missions. So you scan the roughly written idea and can immediately see that he's wasting your time. You tell Squire to focus his energy on being a better Mech Warrior and leave the engineering to Chief Lieutenant. He's got low spirits. Well, he's not going out anyway, so let him have low spirits for 14 days. All right, let's go take a quick look at what I built, so you guys can tell me how terrible this is. Those are my top 4 there. These are all my these are my top 4, and then there's like this one and the Hunchback and the Blackjack and the Panther. These are all ones that I kind of know how to use and feel comfortable in. But these are my main 4 here. Now, the JMA-8 is a new one that I built. So I wanted to show you what it did. I've got its armor up to 1200. It has an LRM-15 and an LRM-15, so it's a missile boat, right? I got 2 medium lasers and a couple of small lasers for when I get into it, and then I got jump jets. So basically, it's a missile boat with a little bit of a heat sink. Its heat efficiency is terrible if I alpha strike, but I don't ever plan on alpha striking. I plan on, if I'm in close, it's going to be, the medium lasers and maybe the small lasers are what's going to fire. Otherwise, it's going to kind of stand off at a distance and just rain LRM-15s, like 30 missiles on things, to try and blow up stability to give somebody else a better shot, like the other Jagermech, who has really good, shooting stuff. I don't know what you guys think of that. I also have a couple of the small lasers in there. If it gets to a point where I have to get in close, I can have the small lasers and the medium lasers go off, or if I have to punch something because of heat, at least my small lasers can go off and do a little bit of extra damage. So tell me what you think of the build. Again, it's built for being able to stay in the battlefield for a long time. I should be able to stay in the battlefield until I empty my LRM rocket launchers with that kind of armor, because just about everything is maxed. The only thing that's not maxed are the 2 legs and the 2 arms. The arms are 5 off. The legs are about 50 off, but I plan on moving around and jumping away from things to fire my long-range missiles. So let me know what you think about that, okay? It's just something I wanted to tinker with. I might go back and actually rebuild it to be much more like Glitch's thing and just have 2 of them that are almost exactly the same. But I don't have any good stuff. And then the next one up is going to be the 2 fixes. Obviously, I fixed the Kintaro. Then I'm going to fix the CNA. This Centurion is basically a short-range missile type thing. This is definitely a melee brawler. He's all about getting in close and moving fast. This one's a long-range missile boat. This is going to be a long-range missile boat. So depending on what I'm fighting, I'm trying to give myself a good mix here. I'd really like to find myself a heavy that I could drop a AC-20 on, but I don't know. All right, let's go back and continue our trip, shall we? And then when we get to the catapult, okay, we're going to get all the way through a financial report before anything else, unless we have another ship adventure. We're going to have another ship adventure.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Okay. So now we can go take another quick look at what I did on the catapult. Those of you that are tuning in late, I rebuilt this to be... It's basically an energy boat, which is why I have all these heat sinks on there. I have like 8 of them, 9 of them. I have 3 medium lasers, 1 PPC. Normally it comes with 2, but I wanted to up its armor. So I got its armor up to 1120. So again, it can stand in combat for a long time. And if I get in close, like if I'm going after a convoy or something, and I get this guy in close, I can get his machine guns to go off and help me get through like vehicles and stuff, along with some medium lasers. Or if I stomp on something, then the machine guns will help tear up armor and stuff, because that's what they're really good at. Impact a target is being stripped of its armor. So, I mean, that's its big thing. It's not got great range, but the idea is if I end up close and personal, I'm not using this anyway. I'm not using the PPC, and the machine guns can help. And it's got fairly good armor all the way around. It's not maxed out everywhere, but it does have a good chunk of armor. So it's also a nice heavy. So I've modified it. Again, you can go back and pause that and tell me how terrible I am at building mechs. And then we got to just keep on going. It's going to be 4 days to the upgrade, and then I'm going to have a financial report. Hey, we finally made it to the jump ship. Click.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Okay, we got the gamma pod up. So now if we go into engineering, the reason why I did the gamma pod, not only does it give me more Mech Warriors, but it makes like everything else is now free to come up. I can build another Med Bay. I could build another Mech Bay. I can make my mech repairs quicker. I could go with a training module. How long does it take for the training module? 20 days, doesn't cost me a lot. If the experience is less than 30,000 can benefit from this training. Got a design for my simulator team's insignia ready to go, Commander. We're gonna get shirts made and maybe even warm-up jackets. That takes 20 days. This takes 20 days. Get 2 more medical points. Will put me up to medical 10. Feature injured Mech Warriors. And this all just gives you like 1 apiece. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7. I think. Right? Each one just gives you 1. Oh, this one gives you plus 2. And then this one gives you 1, that's 3. This one gives you 1, that's 4. This one gives you 1, that's 5. This one gives you 2, 6, 7. And then this one I think gives you 1, which is 8. And this one gives you 1, which is 9, which would put me at 41. I don't think I get anything at 41, but maybe I do. Right now this is helping me get 15 result points per town, at 21 to 30. See, I get 25 resolve points here. And if I get to 41, I think I get 30 resolve points per round, which makes it quicker for me to be able to do my special shots and things. Oh boy. This would make us be able to get to our contracts quicker. I'm not so sure I'm interested in quicker as I am in trying to make sure I can do all this other stuff. So what's first, medical or training? Training will get my new guys up to having decent stats. I think we're going to go training.
Roger that, Commander.
And then we will go do medical. Then I think I'm going to upgrade a bunch of these things here, like get another Mech Bay. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing, so. Alright, we gotta keep going. We're at the jump point.
Over financials whenever you are.
Yeah, it's getting expensive. Salaries are up to 383,000. Oh, I had a bunch of mechs I probably didn't need to have in my bay. I'm an idiot. So I probably could. Oh, I wanted to show you what I did to the Thunderbolt. So we're going to show you the Thunderbolt. So he's got his 4 jump jets. I did show you the Thunderbolt before, didn't I? I don't know. I put in machine guns for close in for the Thunderbolt because you didn't have those before, and then stuck with the basically 2 medium lasers and a large laser. Machine guns for in close, heat sinks and everything, and just made his armor be really good. Again, another 11 over 1100. Most everything's up to close to max. And hopefully that will make it a useful heavy as well. So I've got 4 heavies if I need them. If I really need to go in, you know, to a knockdown, drag-out fight. I don't know how good they are. But it does seem like you do need to have somebody with a little bit of speed, especially if I can get some of those guys with their tactical stuff up. Okay, I need to keep going. So I'm coming up on 30 minutes. So we're going to just try to get to the mission, and then we'll do the battle in the next one. But anyway, that's kind of my thought processes on how to build out some mechs and stuff. I've come to realize I really need to have extra armor because they all shoot pretty good. Having the extra armor gives me almost like 2 rounds worth of issues. That gives me almost 2 rounds worth of combat. All right, we're gonna do this recovery. All right, I have a Jagermech, a Centurion, and the Griffin. I'm gonna take the Centurion out. I'm gonna try this Jagermech. This missile boat. We'll see if this works. Because he's... I mean, he does have 2 LRM-15s. He does have a medium laser for in close. So we're going to see if he's going to do anything. The Griffin, I like. Mummy Bear and the Kentaro. I think I want to get Behemoth back in the Kentaro. And we're going to put... I haven't taken Silent out. Okay, before we do this, did I have it? Did I do Silent? I did Mummy Bear, right?
Orders?
Yes. Silent.
Hey,
I could make Silent go up in speed and then have her come out to get some more experience points. I really want to try and get her up here, though. Right.
402. Expected approach time 22.
Run. That's a choo-choo.
So it's just a matter of who do I want to take out there. I mean, this is almost one that I could run, like, not run the A team, run the B teams. You know, take, like, Archangel, Brother, Medusa, and Mummy Bear. That's a thought. Okay. Oh, this isn't where I go to do this, is it? Uh-oh. I got stuck. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Should I take out the lesser known team and see how they do? Take Archangel and Brother in the 2 shooters, and take Mummy Bear and I don't know, Medusa, Silent. Do I want to take Mummy Bear or Behemoth? We're going to take Behemoth in here. Decker, we're going to let you sit this one out. I'm going to get Mummy Bear some more experience points. Or her go in the Griffin. Okay? Alright, we'll deploy to the planet and then we'll put in a cut. So this is a recovery in polar, so we're not going to have to worry about our heat too much. I should have brought the catapult. All that energy weapons. There might be shooting involved. Okay, let's get us on the planet. And then we will come back and do this next time. Target is finished. Yes, it's located there. Move up and occupy it. Our target will board the occupying mech, and you'll need to run over here. Keep her safe while you head to the extract point. Good hunting, Commander, and there'll be all sorts of bad guys in my way. Okay.
Time to earn our money.
So, this is where we'll put in a cut. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. Really like to see you go ahead and subscribe, hit the notify bell. Notified upload videos and scheduled streams. Please leave me comments on my builds and what you think of them. It is sort of my play style to soften them up and finish them off. You know, I'll run my heat up and then finish them off with melee attacks. That's just kind of the way that I play. I think I have 2 missile boats here, so that's probably not a good thing. Probably could have put Mummy Bear into a into the Catapult and had 3 heavies coming in here with the Kentaro as the only light. But we'll see how this works out, okay? All right, I do have 2 other uninformed playthroughs like this for Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian Studios and Rogue Trader by Owlcat Games. I'm doing a Xenonauts 2 playthrough. They are in early access, milestone 4.22. So I'm getting through that. I think I just went into the 5th, just past the 5th month mark, 150 days on that one. And then I have a Saturday morning stream on doing Pathfinder Kingmaker. I was requested by I put up a poll, and the poll came out saying play a female monk and romance Tristan, who's a main NPC there, so that's what I'm doing there. So we will come back and do this. I'm thinking I need to get up on this hill because this looks like important stuff. Yeah, I gotta go up there somehow, and this does not look like a good climb. I have a long way to go, so probably gonna run up this way. Come in from one of the flanks just to see if I pick the right flank. All right? All right. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.